with the exercises and the quiz. And so I had a couple of questions. I don't know if we can go
for
over
this week.
Yeah.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. So on the exercises, the question number 4, where we needed to fabricate a table for the 26 letters of the alphabet.
Right. Oh, that's a tricky one.
Yeah, so I feel like I got the table okay, because when I test it on the MySQL, the alphabet comes out fine. But I just can't figure out how to put it in the whole select statement to show the letters that don't have a count. Like it's wanting the missing letters.
Okay.
Data set, and I just can't figure out how to make it do that.
Okay, let me pull this up
here. I struggled with those too, so.
That's a tricky one. I forgot that one was this week. Let me see. Okay, was that the only one on the exercises that was a challenge, or?
Well, number 5, I had a hard time with, but our TA, I can't remember his name, he helped me with that one, and that one now I know how to do that one. So
okay,
if Kate needs help, that's
okay.
I'm fine going through that again.
Okay, I just need to hang on one second here. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Question number 5, right? Okay, let's see.
Well, number 4 is the one with the alphabet one.
Right, okay. Oh. That's an interesting one. And question 5 was the one where, okay. Oh my God. I'm looking for my code for the answers on these. Just digging that up. I don't grade the exercises anymore. The TA does, so I don't initially have these at my my. I know the one you're talking about because I saw it when it was first created. Okay. Let's try this folder and see if it's there. A lot of dead air today, and I apologize for that. Okay. Okay. And make sure my code works and I'm not losing my mind. Okay. Okay. Last one here. Okay. So is number 5 that you had the question on? Question number 5?
Number 4 was the one I had. Well, both of them, but he helped me with 5, and I still need help on 4.
Okay. So let me share my screen here. And let's look at these here. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Share screen. Okay. All right. So let me go to the exercises here. Okay. Modules. See the secret stuff here. Okay. Let's see. Preview. All right. So question 4 was write a query that returns the alphabetized first letter of each customer's last name and count of the active and inactive customers. Limit the results to only those first letters that occur in the last name column of the customer table. Yeah, starts with is the first column. Active count is in the second column, and inactive column in the third column. So let's see what we got here. So here is all the way down to the bottom here.
I think that might have been question 3.
Is that question 3? I know they seem very similar. Let's see, that is up to question 3, right? Okay. Question 4. All right. Write a query that returns the alphabetized first letters of the customer's last name and the count and active and inactive customers. Do not limit the results to only the first letters and the last name and count of the customer table, but return the results that include any missing letters from the data sent. Hint, you'll need to fabricate a table composed of 26 letters. Oh, okay. So I cheated a little bit when I did it. Don't tell anybody. This is my answer. So I knew that I looked at this. When you look at this one here,
Oh.
There we go. Go away here. Okay. Display here. Where'd my, why are you airing out for me? You just worked a second ago. Okay. So when I looked at it here, I saw which ones were missing. See, there's no U, there's no. So what I did was this.
Oh.
And this is a valid way to do it. Because it's possible that when they first did this question, it didn't say anything about fabricating a table. So these are the 3 that were missing. So I just put those there. So what you would do in this case, if with the table, you create the table, you put the values in there, and then you do a left outer join to the alphabet table, and that means the 2 active would be zeros. And you'd have to use case statements to make sure that they were in there. I'll write something that looks like that and put that in the notes of this week. But
Okay.
this is totally valid to do it this way.
Okay.
So it does basically, because this is the query from before that just gave you the results without the missing letters, with missing letters.
Yeah.
So when you throw
figure that out, and then but I just could not figure out how to get my fabricated table in there so that it would show them.
Yeah, it would be like left outer join alphabet A on A dot letter equals it would be this. I can do this. I'll do this here. That's C. Fix that there. Yeah, so that's what you would essentially have to do, is just do the left outer join with the alphabet table. And remember, when you do the left, when wait a second, no, it'd be right. Sorry, this would be right outer join. Yeah.
Okay.
It would be right because because alphabet's on the right. So you do that, and then remember when you do the when you do the outer join, it gives you everything from the right table and the stuff that matches from the left table. So these, if you did it this way, you would get, it would be, the letters would be here as if it were running normally, but there would be nulls where active count and active count were. So you'd have put case statements in there to or is null statements in there to make sure they came back as values instead of just null. But that's essentially what you would do. But if anyone watching just submits this, I will totally accept it. You all just drop that in the solution. I think that's a completely valid solution. I have no problem. Okay. And then and you get your answer from 5 because here's your 5. This is the answer to 5 here.
Yeah, I just didn't. I forgot about the whole having thing. So
yeah,
he's like, yeah, you need a having. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Having fixes that. So anything over 30 will show up.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's what it is. Like I said, I think I wrote this solution before they said create the table, but I like creativity. I'll let the TA know to let that one slide.
Okay. I mean, that is a table. Great.
You're just unioning, but yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a cheaty way to do it. Let me be honest with you. It's a cheaty way to do it because if you're trying to get it off a table and do something that's dynamic, this isn't dynamic. This is static. I'm just assuming those 3 letters are missing. So the dynamic one would be to have the things. I will make it a point to try it. Like I said, I'll try to write the query and put that in the notes. If not, this is fine.
Okay.
I never liked the question because I don't like having to create a table to put the alphabet in it. It just never made sense to me. It seems silly. Yeah, that's just me.
It seems tedious.
Yeah. Okay, and you had a question about the quiz?
Well, yeah. So I can't see what the questions are because I haven't done the 3rd one yet.
Yeah.
But mostly, I just couldn't find the answers to. I think I remember like the equality operators that are allowed in the case statements. There were like 2 or 3 questions about it, and I had no idea because I couldn't find it in the reading.
Okay, let me stop sharing so I can look at this without you guys seeing the answers. Because I don't have a way to do this easy. Let's see. Okay. One, no, actually, we change that here. No, we're good. Grades. Okay. Quiz 10. So the question is dealing with the case statement operators.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Where's the health case in it? I guess without knowing the specific question you're looking at, I can see. I wonder if I can look at the ones you've taken yet. I think I can.
I got like 11 right on the first one.
Huh?
11 points out of 25.
That's right.
Bad.
Let's see. Am I in the right class? I am not in the right class. I'm in the right class. Okay. Okay, you are. Oh, you didn't do 11 out of whatever. You had 19 out of 25. That's not bad for that try.
That was my 2nd try.
Okay. Let me see. Which of the following operators are supported by case expressions? Okay. Basically, any inequality, any inequality, you put equals equals, and you did all of them. You checked all of them. Equals equals isn't a real operator.
Okay.
So that's where it is. You just got yeah, and this is and the other one is which of the operators are supported by the simple case statement, which is none of them.
Oh.
So a regular case statement is all of them, except the equals equals, which doesn't actually exist. And simple case statements are none of them.
Okay, yeah, that's not in the reading that I could find that I.
That is, I don't have to go over the reading to see if it's in there. I know, I think that the equals equals, it was a tricked question because I don't think that was in there anywhere.
Okay.
I'm not sure equals equals is an actual operator in MySQL. I know it's not in anything else. It's not. So that was just being tricky.
Okay.
And the other one is when you say simple, means there's no inequalities in a simple case statement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so that's that. Any other questions on the quiz or exercise? And I'll just go over these case statements here that I've got for you to talk about today. Okay.
I don't think I do. I don't remember any of the
Okay.
others.
Okay, you got any questions on the quiz or the exercises?
Sorry, I'm stuck at work, so I'm kind of in and out. But
oh, that's fine. Okay.
I think I did.
Okay.
But, I can just kind of email those
That's fine.
questions or whatever for you.
Yeah.
I
You
can
just,
get a hold of it. Oh, sorry, was that?
Yeah, if you have any questions, you can just email me with them. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so the case statements here. So I wrote a couple here real quick, and I'll put them in the notes. Anyway, case statements is a further way to take the data and really massage it. For example, here I have a query. I'm selecting the title and I'm selecting the rating from the audience table, and this one I'm calling the case statement is where it's rated R. When rating equals R, I'm going to say not kids. When rating is G, PG, PG-13, I say kids. And if there is no rating, it says no one's allowed to see it. And I call that column audience. Okay, so when I run that, like, oh yeah, I don't know if there's NC7, but I put NC17s in there. So here, like, no one's allowed to see that one. And that one's not kids. So all the case statement is, it takes a value that's there and puts it in a more usable way, like a fast way to do it. One of the best examples I ever saw of this was, if you're talking like that's why I kind of did this one here, is like age. If you're trying to find what someone's like, if like, you know, to rent a car, if I had a car rental agency and a database of people who would rent cars, and I want to pull up a quick list of people who can rent cars, anyone over the age of 25 can rent cars. So I'd have a case statement that would take their birthday, because remember, it's against policy to ask someone's age, but you can totally ask their birthday, because we can never figure out their age from their birthday. And then do little calculations and say like eligible, not eligible, or retirement age or anything like that. We could do that based on that. So here I've got this query. I'm running this out here, and I want to see, you know, why do I have, oh, this, oh, okay. So this is an interesting one. So I have this select statement here, and I've got case when language ID is 1, then true and false and use English. Some case, and this, what this basically does, it just it gives me the results of the one language, because I have where it is equal to 1. Okay, So this will give me the counts. If I run this, it'll give me from the film table how many movies are English, how many movies are Italian, and how many are Japanese. In a one row, as opposed to going like, if I do it this way, it does the same thing, right? But I want it in one row, so I can get like, get fancy and do it this way. Technically, this is called a pivot table because I pivoted from one to the other, but it's just another way to use a case statement. Okay, so case statements are handy, and in the announcement, I put another case statement there. But so that the whole purpose of these things is to take data, and when you're presenting it to people, to make it in a more user-friendly thing, like to give warnings of, like, like I said, the greatest example of this, anything with age. You're in a video game shop, you want games that are age appropriate. You can say how you have on your front end, you can say what's the age of the customer and list all the games, and you can like have like anything that's inappropriate age wise with like a big red line through it, say no. Okay. You do like some of the like with zip codes too. If you're doing something in a specific zip code, you can say if it's not in this zip code, or not in this state or this whatever. So there's a lot of things you can do with it. So they're very handy. All right. That covers my case statements because I didn't feel like going down a rabbit hole with them today. Okay, so let's take a few minutes here to see if either of you need help with your projects. Any questions on your kit? You should be all like, you should either be in the insert data side of it, or you should be on the test cases side of it. So
yeah, so I took your advice about writing the test cases first and then putting the data in,
Yep.
which is a lot easier. I think it's going to be a lot less data.
Yeah.
And then I just maybe wanted to ask you your opinion on some of my test cases. And
Sure.
Okay, so I'm the one doing the NASA missions and things.
Oh, there's every time there's a launch, I think about you. There's a launch today at 8:24 this morning.
Go watch one for me.
there have been so many launches in the last couple of weeks. I mean, there's been like 1 or 2 a week.
Oh, I'm so jealous. And when I can finally get there probably won't be one for me.
They're still Elon Musk is just launching like crazy.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so at first, like my ones were coming up, my ideas, and I was thinking, wait, it's just gonna like return one row, like one answer, right? So I'm trying to think of ones that are gonna return like multiple rows.
I mean, it could return one row. I mean, like if there's a very specific reason why it would return one row, which launches in March failed. There might have only been one. There might be none. For the purpose of the test case, I'd like to see at least one row returned, so I know that the query works. But in the real world, like let's say you're doing a application that like gets kids' grades. How many kids are failing my class? I don't want to see any results there.
Right.
So it doesn't matter as long as the purpose of your test case is if it only returns one row, that's fine as long as it returns something, so I know that it works.
Okay. So I'm thinking that maybe I'll do like what missions were failed missions,
Sure.
and I can put in a few of those, and then a list of the weather types on launch day.
Sure.
So I'll have like launch days and then the weather types in each one of those.
It'd be interesting, like a query like how many launches were scrubbed due to weather.
Yeah, I think you originally said something like that, and I kind of scoured the internet and I could not find like original launch day versus actual launch days. It was really hard to find those.
Oh, for the purpose of this, you can make up the data too. I don't care if it's real or not. I'm not gonna verify.
Okay. Oh, good.
I mean, this is all proof of concept stuff. So, I mean, it's great that you love doing this, so you're totally cool with like looking up dates. But like, if you want to do like, how many launches were scrubbed because one of the astronauts, sneezed in his visor, you can totally make the data for that just to see it happen.
Okay.
It's not a question of real. It's a question of like, what you want to see,
Okay. Oh, good. I'm gonna have fun then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then I was gonna do like the astronauts' names and what programs they flew in.
Sure.
And then I wanted to come up with a case one, but I haven't yet. I'm thinking about that.
Oh, what one?
A case, like one to use case in.
Oh.
I think that would be fun.
Oh, you could like, so it'd be interesting where you could do it where you want to see like night versus day launches, and you have the launch time, and then based on the time, the case name would show night or day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That would be one. What else to do with launches? You could do like, you just want the scrub missions and you don't care like why or what, you just want scrubbed. So you just like, if there is even a date in the scrub, in like if this column scrubbed has, like if you have a binary, a bit column that's scrubbed on or off, yes or no. So just like if scrubbed is yes, if case scrubbed yes, a mission scrubbed or something like that. So you can, so those are two right there.
Okay.
You could do like where the landing sites were, where the returns were. Like you do a case statement. If there was like your landing site in your database will be like, very specific, right? It's like, Mojave, New Mexico, or Canaveral, Florida, like that. But you could like, you could like do, I just care about what country they landed in. And say like case, if it's one of these, then America, so one of these, and South America, it's one of these, something like that.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'll think of that. And then most of these ones are like, basically I'm just joining a couple of tables. There's not a lot of technicality. Does it need to be different technicalities or anything like that?
No, I mean, all a test case scenario, the query is joining a couple tables to get an answer in such a way that someone would be interested in seeing it.
Okay.
So that's all that is. You don't need to be fancy or anything like that. I mean, ultimately, I mean, what you would do if you look at week, I think it's week 13, we talk about views. What you would do with these, you turn them into views.
Okay.
So like you'd always have like, you'd have a query that you could always pull that information up, but when we get to views, you get to views. I think this was week 10, 11, 12, 13. Like, I think this week is indexes, week after next is views. I mean, there's just like, now it's just all this abstract stuff that could, like, these things would take like weeks normally to cover in class, but we're just doing it in a week.
Oh, that's good. All right. Well, cool. I think I feel a lot better than with what I had.
Yeah, it's like I said, this doesn't have to be like real stuff here. I mean, it's whatever data you can find, make it interesting to get the points out, because this is a proof of concept. This isn't realistic, so if you were creating this application to sell or to do this, to offer to somebody or bring to a demonstration, you'd have to put data in there and just to like things that would happen, how many launches were scrubbed because of snow, or like scrub, you can do like weather reasons like that, and like use case statements to say night or day, or to why it was scrubbed, and things like that. So yeah, like I said, it doesn't have to be accurate. You don't have to like research like why Apollo 13 or Apollo 1 didn't go and just pull that in there. It's just you could put like manned flights to Mars in there and why they failed or whatever. So like you could put you put a whole thing like how many people landed on Mars and just make data up in there, like so
make it fun. Okay.
Make it fun. Have fun with it. That's cool.
All right. Yeah. Well, good. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Kate, I know your work. You have any questions?
I don't think so. I'm still trying to put all my insert statements, so I'm working through all that.
Yeah,
so,
sure. That's the tough part. Right? Okay, then I guess we'll call it tonight. Next week we'll just be talking about projects to check up on people who need to be checked up on. Because I think, like I said, next week's indexes, I might just share with you guys a video I made a couple of years ago about indexes, which is long and boring, but I find it interesting. I love indexes. If not, I think we're good tonight. Everyone good? All right. Yep. Thanks, guys. See you. Bye-bye.